Sup Faldos, so in today's video we're going to be talking about Across the Spider-Verse and why the intention of the film wasn't to frame one specific character as the villain, but use the concept of control as the true evil of the film to form the conflicts between the characters. What does this mean exactly? Why am I talking about this? Well, both of those questions will be answered because that's exactly what I'm breaking down in this video. Before that, make sure to not prune the like button, subscribe button, and that notification bell so you can smack all three of them. Because now, we're getting multiversal, baby. I get this is all confusing, so to simplify this complex concept, I'm going to be breaking it down into three separate parts. 1. Why this true evil is important for the future of the Spider-Verse Sony films. 2. How this evil will cross over or at least take new form in the MCU. And 3. How this all applies to the real world. Because it would be weird for the writers and directors to just have Miles just punch bad guys for no reason. So that's about it. Let's head in the first part. When I went to go see Across the Spider-Verse, I was confused who the villain was. Because the rumored villain for Beyond the Spider-Verse was the Spot. But sitting there, I felt kind of disrespected. How could a character so goofy be the villain? What a downgrade from Kingpin. But now sitting here after the film, I realized that the villain wasn't a character at all. The villain was a conflict, and the conflict is the concept of trying to control the multiverse. Of course, for this movie, the character representing this concept is Miguel O'Hara, but he's not really intentionally the villain, which is probably the scariest thing about it. You can't full on blame him because he's scared. He believes that all this bad stuff is happening because people have free will. And that fear of chaos is just part of nature and human instinct. And this makes him redeemable because he's not evil just because he wants to see the world burn. This much control, though, is the problem. It's unhealthy for a place to be controlled to this extent. Doesn't matter if it's a city, a multiverse, a home, a planet. Now let's look at the connection to the MCU and the connection to the real world. Miguel O'Hara is obviously the equivalent to Kang. They both want control over the Spider-Verse or the multiverse because they are scared of free will. This control over free will disturbs the natural state of life, and I can sum up what that means into one word: chaos. Yeah, a bit scary, but it all makes sense in a minute. How about I show you a clip from the Avengers where Loki is talking about how humans seek control. Not just fall into it, but seek it.
Is not this simpler? Is this not your natural state? It's the unspoken truth of humanity that you crave subjugation. The bright lure of freedom diminishes your life's joy in a mad scramble for power.
What Across the Spider-Verse does with this cocky and arrogant quote from Loki is that it flips it on its head. Loki believes that humans seek control, and it's right, but it just isn't for the right reason. Also, if you can't tell, I'm heading into the third part of the theory, so here we go. Comfortability is what humans seek because they've dealt with troubles in their life and struggles and everything, and they don't want to worry anymore. So the longer you have lived, the more troubles and struggles you've had to deal with. So older people from older generations are much more likely to seek comfortability. That is why Gen Z and millennials have formed this conflict with Gen X and the baby boomers. And it sort of formed this generational divide. What starts these arguments is that the younger generations see all the bad things that the older generations have done, but the older generations don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. So when these arguments form between people of different generations, the younger generations are just trying to get their voice heard, they're trying to grow up and change the world, but these older generations just see it as rebelling. Oh, they're just kids, they're just trying to rebel, that's what they do. It's bigger than that. And why do older people think that the younger generations are just full on talking just to talk just because they can? Because again, they don't see what's wrong with what they have contributed to the world. They're living in this comfortability and ignorance because they don't want to go through more stuff if they don't have to, even though there's still more struggles to deal with. So this older generation is what Loki believes that humans are. He believes that humans are scared to live, to put themselves out there and be uncomfortable so that we can move forward. So in his head, to show off to his brother and his dad, he wants to be like, okay, these humans don't want to address the problems that they have, so let me lead them. But he's wrong. We don't like to be controlled because when we are, there comes the natural state of the world. And if you guys, anybody in the back, remember, does anyone remember, what that was? There was a word earlier I mentioned. One word to sum up the natural state of the world. You? What? Oh, chaos. In the sense that I'm talking about it, what is chaos? Well, there's good chaos, which I think is important and natural and what it needs to be, and then there's bad chaos. But no, when I think chaos, I think protests, I think famous people speaking up, I think boycotts, I think unions. It's the American way. I think that's a good way to sum it up. The reason that chaos gets such a bad rep is because people take it way too far. Riots, burning down buildings, breaking down windows of just random store owners isn't going to change anyone's mind on a topic. It'll just make it worse because they're just gonna see you as a criminal. Why would I take their advice on this topic? Why would I trust what they're saying if they're just gonna go and break and burn stuff? But the world isn't somewhere to live if you want the same cookie-cutter life as everyone else. There isn't just one right answer to life. There will be compromises. There will be arguments. There will be conversations. There will be unfairness. There will be disagreements and opinions because everyone has a different life and have different backgrounds than yours. And just because someone disagrees with you on a topic doesn't mean they're automatically the devil. There's reasons people have opinions. Like, listen. Just sit there and actually listen to that person and not be so opinionated. So get uncomfortable. Because if you don't, you're going to be the same as these older generational people that just stick to their one opinion and that's it. They are arrogant, they're ignorant, and they just won't listen. Then you'll grow up and you'll sit there and you'll tell your kids or somebody else's kids that they can't do something, not for a reason, but just because. There is also a fourth step. I lied. I'm sorry. I lied. I get it. I'm sorry. My bad. Let's bring it back to the Marvel movies because this is what it's about. I just love linking these fun Marvel movies, these kiddish, oh, they're all just kid movies, whatever. I love linking that to my life experiences or just life experiences of people around me. So the conclusion of the Spider-Verse trilogy will end in the mediation of the multiverse. Not the control of it, but the mediation of not letting big villains take over the multiverse and destroy millions and trillions and billions and whatever of lives. Gwen's new band of heroes will be guided by Madam Web. She'll explain to them that each universe's Spider-Man is meant to guide their universe to align with all the other universes and create a harmony of the multiverse. And you see what I did there? Harmony, melody, her band, get it? Like, I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I came up with it, not the writers. It was all me. It was all me. But yeah, this is why Miles was sent to that Fallen 1 abandoned place where Spider-Man was, and he died because of that. That's why his spider sense went off when he was going to get bitten by the other universe's spider. And that's why he was meant to break the canon, because he's meant to change the method of maintaining the multiverse from controlling it to mediating it. And that is the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that theory. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe and hit that follow notification bell to find more Fallen Marvel and in-depth and serious and motivational Fallen videos in the future. Have a great day, and if you cannot have a fantastic day today, have a fantastic day tomorrow. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya!